So, what if I told you that one of the most powerful tools for navigating your life today wasn't cooked up in some tech lab, but by a philosopher way back in the 1600s? It sounds kind of crazy, right? But the real key to unlocking your potential might not be about learning more stuff, but about doubting everything you think you already know.
We're usually taught to think of doubt as a bad thing. It's a sign of weakness, of not being sure of yourself. But what if that's completely backwards? We're about to dive into how a really radical, methodical kind of doubt can actually become your number one asset for getting clarity and, believe it or not, for creating something new. All right, so let's start right where we are, in our world today. We are living in a time of just incredible change and, frankly, complexity. And that creates a very specific and very human problem for all of us. Just think about your social media feed on any given day. One second, you're trying to wrap your head around the ethics of AI. The next, you're seeing totally conflicting reports about the climate, all while trying to navigate these intense political divides. It's just a constant flood of information, and honestly, it can feel completely overwhelming. And in the middle of all that chaos, what do we want more than anything? Certainty. We crave solid ground to stand on. We want simple truths, clear paths forward. But the thing is, the very truths we build our lives on, about our careers, about success, about what's right and wrong, they're being questioned and flipped upside down all the time. It feels like you're trying to build a house on shifting sand. And this is where our guide from the 17th century, a guy named René Descartes, comes into the picture. He was facing his own era's crumbling certainties, but he didn't try to just patch up the old, weak foundations. Oh no, he decided to do something way more radical. He came up with this thought experiment. He said, what if I just systematically refuse to believe anything I can't be 100% certain of? His goal was basically to take a wrecking ball to every single one of his beliefs, no matter how basic, just to see if anything, even one single brick, was left standing in the rubble. So he started with the most fundamental way we get information, our senses. I mean, we've all seen optical illusions, right? A straw and a glass of water looks bent. Things look different from far away. So Descartes figured, if my senses can fool me even once, I can't trust them as a solid foundation for truth. So out they go. Okay, fine. What about our own minds, our memories? Surely we can trust those. But can we? We misremember stuff all the time. We even create memories that feel totally real but never actually happened. So if our memory isn't a perfect recording, well, then it has to be doubted too. And just like that, another foundation is gone. And this is where Descartes takes it to the absolute wild extreme. He asks, what if there isn't a real world at all? What if some powerful evil demon is spending all its time and energy creating a perfect simulation just to trick me? The sky, my hands, my past, all of it just an elaborate illusion. How could I ever prove it wasn't true? The answer is, I couldn't. So all of reality itself has to be thrown into the pile of doubt. Now, at this point, it feels like we're left with absolutely nothing, just a total void of knowledge. But it's right here, in this complete emptiness, that Descartes makes his truly groundbreaking discovery. He asked himself that exact question. If my senses are lying, and my memories are fake, and my entire reality might be a trick, what is left? Is there anything at all that I can be certain of? And this is the brilliant answer he landed on. He realized that even if an evil demon is deceiving him, in order to be deceived, he must exist. In order to doubt, there has to be a something, a thinker, that's doing the doubting. The very act of thinking proved his own existence. This incredibly powerful idea, cogito ergo sum in Latin, became the one single indestructible brick on which he could start to rebuild all of knowledge. It's the ultimate first principle, a bedrock of certainty that he found not by accepting truths, but by questioning them as hard as he possibly could. Okay, so that's a really cool piece of philosophy, but how in the world does that help you deal with AI ethics and information overload in 2025? Well, the thing is, Descartes' method isn't just some abstract idea, it's a practical tool for thinking. We can actually break it down into a framework that you can use like today. We can boil his method down into a really simple 3-step toolkit for modern life. First, you deconstruct the information that's coming at you. Then you turn that lens inward and challenge the beliefs that are inside you. And finally, you look outward and reevaluate the norms that are all around you. Let's break that down real quick. Deconstructing information means that instead of just passively consuming news or advice, you ask, wait, what's the source here? What's the hidden assumption? That's how you cut through the noise. Next, you challenge your own beliefs, especially those limiting ones, like, oh, I'm not smart enough for that job. You have to ask yourself, is that really 100% true? And finally, you reevaluate norms. Just because society says you should follow a certain career path, does that mean it's the right one for you? And this right here is the most important part. The whole point of all this doubting isn't just to tear everything down and live in a state of confusion. The goal is to clear away all the weak, shaky structures so you can build something much stronger and much more authentic in their place. I mean, look at modern innovators. Elon Musk didn't just try to build a slightly better gasoline car. He doubted the core assumption that cars have to run on gas in the first place. Greta Thunberg doubted the assumption that solving climate change was a problem for some other adults or future generations to figure out. By questioning a fundamental belief, they each created these massive, world-changing movements.
And that shows you the true purpose of methodical doubt. It's actually a creative act. You question the status quo not just to destroy it, but to find a better way forward, to build a solution or a career or a life that's founded on a principle that you know for sure is true for you. So you see, this isn't some one-time trick. It's a mental model that you can weave into your life as a continuous practice for growth and for solving pretty much any problem. Let's just give it a name, the Doubt and Build framework. So anytime you feel stuck or overwhelmed, whether it's with a project at work or a big decision in your personal life, you can run this process. Doubt all the assumptions, find the one core thing you know is true, and then build your solution back up from there. So I'll leave you with this thought. This isn't just some old philosophy. It's a call to action. Take a look at your work, your goals, your daily habits. What is one foundational belief you hold that you've just never really questioned? And what might happen if you dared to doubt it? The answer to that question could be the very key that unlocks your true potential.